And end of the first period.
Indian Creek's wrestler starting on bottom this time.
And I think, is William a freshman?
Yes, William is a freshman.
Freshman this year.
Indian Creek currently has 7 points.
And Rannard with 0.
Is it blood?
Yeah, it's blood.
There's blood on the mat, so they have to clean it up.
Are they running any blood time? Probably on like a watch or something.
Probably.
Because they didn't have it on the board. And it looks like, oh.
Overall team score for Indian Creek is 6 and Patriots 0.
And William will be starting on top this period.
Try to break him down with an arm chop. Trying to...
Oh, crossface.
Crossface. Oh.
Granby roll by the Indian Creek wrestler.
Williams still keeping good hit pressure on top.
Williams still trying to get that arm chop breakdown.
Almost out of bounds there.
And they're out.
Minute and 4 seconds into the second period.
Indian Creek wrestler tries a switch there. Now he gets in on a
single. William is working hard to get behind it.
And
still attempting to break him down.
crossface and running him down.
Hitting him.
He's in pinning position. Bundles. Rannard in pinning position against Indian Creek's wrestler.
Keeping his hip. Nice. Rannard with the pin.
Rannard was down 7-0, and he came back with the pin. So that team score is now 6-6.
Now we have Caden Shaw for Owen Valley.
Wrestling at 138 pounds. And Caden Shaw is one of our seniors this year.
Also blows.
Looks like some pretty strong tying up here to start.
Some hand control. Caden tries to go for that shot. Keep tying
Still tying up.
Caden tries to go for that shot, but Indian Creek
Caden in on the double leg. Gets the double leg takedown. Reaching for that half. Reaching for that half. Cross face.
Trying to go for a cradle. Yes.
Walking that head down to that knee to lock it up. And it appears as if Caden Shaw has the cradle all locked up.
He's attempting the cradle again. He gets it. Oh. Keeps attempting that cradle. Almost got pinned for a second there.
And he has 7 up against the Indian Creek wrestler with the takedown and 4 near fall. Trying to get Indian Creek's wrestler broken down here. Attempting that crossface again.
And that's time for the first period.
Shaw up 7. Indian Creek wrestler 0.
Indian Creek is starting on bottom. Shaw positions on top.
Indian Creek's wrestler getting hand control on Shaw. And he uses a tight waist ankle breakdown.
Going for...
Getting an arm bar here.
Crossface.
Now
again.
crossface.
Trying that cradle again.
Indian Creek's wrestler still having pretty good hand control there on bottom. But Shaw keeping good hit pressure in.
There's many things you can run from the crossface, like a cradle, a bundle.
And if one doesn't work, the other one will. Now he got him flat. And he's going for that crossface again. He just keeps driving that shoulder to the mat.
Getting the cradle again.
All the way just to lock it up. Getting hip to hip.
Going back slow.
And back. And that Indian Creek wrestler has got a crazy bridge.
Out of bounds with 12 seconds left into the second period.
And Shaw is up 10. Indian Creek wrestler still, or no, 1 point for an escape.
Getting tied up. Indian Creek goes for a single.
Sprawling. Shaw sprawling. And Shaw with the takedown. And that concludes the second period. Caden Shaw at 13 and Indian Creek wrestler at 1 point.
Owen Valley Patriots, all in all, have 6 points, and the Indian Creek Braves have 6 points as well. Indian Creek starting on bottom. Shaw settles on top. Going down for a chop.
Still breaking him down. And Indian Creek wrestler attempting to get hand control here. And straightening that arm out with the 2-on-1.
Shaw goes in for that tight waist ankle.
Now with the front headlock. And maybe a head in the hole cradle here.
He loves those cradles.
Shaw could be in pinning position here.
He's pinning him, almost. Just to run it a little more.
And he let that go. We're attempting to get this. And
goes for
Shaw
a
with another
high
takedown.
High crotch double.
Working pretty close to out of bounds over here.
Still getting that crossface.
And they're out. 54 seconds left in the third period.
Points are still OV 13, Indian Creek 1.
Going for that chop again. And then a tight waist ankle breakdown.
And good forehead pressure into the armpit. Still getting that ankle.
Elevating it. Indian Creek's wrestler now broken flat by Shaw. And attempting to run a wing. Shaw is running a wing.
And that is time.
And that concludes Caden Shaw's match. And he wins by major decision. That now puts Owen Valley ahead of Indian Creek in team score-wise.
Sorry to interrupt. My name is Tucker Donahue. I am tonight's broadcast director. We sincerely apologize for all the technical difficulties so far in this broadcast, but I hope you are enjoying what's being shown so far. The boys section, well, actually, sorry, the girls section was cut very short, and we had quite a bit of difficulties going into that as well, so we apologize for that being possibly cut out, and the audio also being cut out. There was also still some weird stuff going on there, but we hope you enjoy the rest of the broadcast. Thank you so much.
Riley Martin wrestling the 144-pound weight class. Riley is a sophomore this year. OV's team score now at 10. Indian Creek Braves now at 6. Patriots lead by 4 points.
Riley gets cut by Indian Creek.
Indian Creek's wrestler at 6 points and Riley Martin at 2 points.
Starting off in neutral.
Looks like they went out of bounds there. About 35 seconds left in the first period. And another takedown for Indian Creek's wrestler. Attempting to run that wing.
Riley's keeping it strong, not letting him get it. Building up his base. And Indian Creek looks like he's trying to run a half.
And a mat return there by Indian Creek's wrestler.
And that is time for the first period.
Indian Creek's wrestler at 9 points, Riley Martin at 2. And Riley the first choice. Indian Creek chooses bottom.
Riley was trying to go for that arm chop.
Trip by Riley Martin there. Indian Creek's wrestler in pinning position.
And Riley flips out of it.
That is for near fall for Indian Creek's wrestler. Indian Creek's wrestler now at 15 points. Riley Martin still at 2.
Riley is trying to build up his base.
Riley trying to bridge out of that, and
Indian Creek gets the pin.
Jace Collier wrestling the 150-pound weight class tonight. Jace Collier is a freshman this year. And he has the forfeit. So there is 6 points for Owen Valley.
Up next, we have Hunter Sloan. I do believe he is a junior this year.
Wrestling 157 pounds, I believe. And team score for Patriots now is 16. Indian Creek Braves with 12.
Looks like they're tied up pretty good here.
Trying to set up some different angles, looks like. And Indian Creek's wrestler in. And gets the takedown there. And just chopping. Hunter Sloan building his base up here.
Indian Creek trying to get that arm chop.
And Hunter Sloan making it difficult for Indian Creek's wrestler to get the turn here. And Indian Creek's wrestler now in pinning position on Hunter Sloan.
Hunter Sloan gets out of it.
About 35 seconds left in the first period here.
Hunter Sloan with 0 points. The Indian Creek wrestler with 6 points.
It appears as if the Indian Creek wrestler is attempting to cradle Sloan here.
Just trying to flip him over.
Sloan very good on his back there. And now he gets the reversal.
And that is time for first period.
Indian Creek's wrestler with 6 points and Hunter Sloan with 2. Hunter Sloan to first choice. Indian Creek chooses bottom. Not sure why buzzer's going off there, but appears to be either something wrong with the score or... And we back in action here now. Indian Creek's wrestler gets set. Sloan set on top.
Indian Creek is trying to stand up.
And Indian Creek's wrestler attempts a standing switch. Indian Creek's wrestler now going off for that double leg there. Then Indian Creek's wrestler gets the reversal. Sloan coming straight up.
Looks like Hunter got injured here.
That was, not sure what kind of mount return that was, but basically just threw him back on top of himself.
I know. It's not good.
Never seen that before.
So, I'm sorry. Owen Valley Patriots with 16 points, Indian Creek Braves with 12 points. Hunter Sloan still with 2 points, and the Indian Creek Wrestler with 9 points.
Indian Creek is one of our bigger competitors, though, I will say that.
Definitely.
They are usually our biggest competition in the Western Indiana Conference and will be our biggest competition this year as we go for that conference title again. Hunter Sloan starting off on bottom here. And Indian Creek's wrestler takes an optional start. Indian Creek's wrestler.
Looks like Sloan had a side headlock there.
And Indian Creek's wrestler in on a shot. In on a single leg here, attempting to circle around. Hunter Sloan attempting to push his head away. And Creek's wrestler tripping Sloan there. Sloan attempting a switch here. And he is broken down flat.
Looks like he is running a half on Sloan.
That's what it appears. Nope. Maybe a wing. And great bridge by Hunter Sloan there.
Oh my gosh, went out of bounds with that one. We have 5 seconds left in the second period. Indian Creek with 15 points and Sloan with 3.
That was a great bridge. Usually you do not see that in many male wrestlers, so that is huge. Lots of female wrestlers tend to have pretty good bridging due to their flexibility.
That was time in the second period. Now we are into the third period.
Indian Creek's wrestler with 15 points and Hunter Sloan with 3. Getting some tie-ups here. Attempting to set up a shot on either side. And Hunter Sloan in on a high crotch. Indian Creek's wrestler with a good sprawl. Attempting to put Sloan onto his back here. And they are in pinning position.
There's still not a pin though.
Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to still get Sloan flat on his back. And Sloan rolls through, back on top. And tech fall, Indian Creek's wrestler. And that will be 5 points for Indian Creek's team score there.
And now we have Lucas McBee
Wrestling the 165 weight class, I believe, is what Lucas is wrestling this year.
Yes, and he is a senior, I think.
Yep, one of our seniors this year. Lucas also team captain. Indian Creek Braves team score now at 17, Patriots at 16. Very close duel. And the wrestlers here are just tying up. Again, trying to set something up, trying to work in their good ties to get into their shots.
Gets a high crotch double.
Indian Creek's wrestler attempting now to turn Lucas. McBee backed up to his base. Indian Creek's wrestler gets McBee down flat. But McBee keeps a very strong base here, not letting Indian Creek's wrestler work in many pinning combinations there.
Seconds on the clock, and McBee still has not gotten pinned yet, while this Indian Creek is working pretty hard for it.
Indian Creek's wrestler with 3 points, Lucas McBee with 0. Short time in the first period. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to get McBee on his back, but it's just not working.
That is time for the first period. Indian Creek chose bottom. McBee sets on top.
Attempting to get Indian Creek's wrestler broken down here. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting a roll there. McBee breaks down Indian Creek's wrestler flat.
Tried to attempt a little crossface there. He was trying to break him down with an arm chop. Attempting a power half.
Looks as if McBee has legs in.
Good with the hip pressure, keeping Indian Creek wrestler flat.
McBee with the arm bar. McBee still with 0 points, and Indian Creek's wrestler still with 3. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to stand up there. And Indian Creek's wrestler with the reversal. Now putting McBee on bottom.
That's time for the second period. Indian Creek wrestler with 5. Lucas McBee for Owen Valley is 0.
Indian Creek wrestler down on bottom again. McBee set on top. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting that roll again. In some weird positions here. McBee attempting to get that armbar back. Keeping very good pressure on the Indian Creek wrestler here.
Indian Creek almost had the escape. Lucas got him back down though.
Score is still the same. Indian Creek wrestler still up by 5. McBee is still at 0.
Looks like McBee is trying to run a half.
McBee with 2 points now. Oh, never mind, they took it down. Not sure what was going on there, but.
We have about 30 seconds on the clock.
And 20 seconds left. McBee attempting to get in pinning position. Indian Creek's wrestling. Indian Creek's wrestler called for stalling. McBee gets 1 point there for that. 2 seconds left, and that will be time in the third period. Indian Creek's wrestler winning by minor decision. Now junior Colin Willen wrestling the 175-pound weight class. Indian Creek Braves at 20 points for team score. Patriots still at 16.
Got a slide by Indian Creek.
Attempting to break Willen down here.
Colin Willen trying to build up his base. Indian Creek breaks him back down flat. Indian Creek score is 3. Owen Valley is 0. Overall team scores for Indian Creek Braves is 20, and for Owen Valley Patriots it's 16. Looks like Indian Creek cuts Willen.
They are back in neutral. Minute left in the first period.
Almost out of bounds right there.
Very close out of bounds. Willen attempting to get the Indian Creek wrestler back in, and they are out.
Indian Creek trying to tie up with Colin.
Indian Creek's wrestler in, and some kind of trip there on Willen. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to put Willen on his back here. And Willen is attempting to build his base up here. Indian Creek's wrestler with 6 points now, and Willen with 1.
2 seconds left. And that is time for the first period.
Going into the second period, it is Green's choice. And Colin defers. Indian Creek wrestler takes bottom. Seems to be a reoccurring trend for them to take bottom. Indian Creek's wrestler up right away. Willen attempting to keep him, but Indian Creek's wrestler gets the escape there.
Looks like they're hand fighting.
Slide by Indian Creek's wrestler. Willen broken flat now. Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to get in pinning position here with what appears to be some form of bundling. 4 near fall for Indian Creek's wrestler, now leading 14. Colin Willen at 2 points now. Now back in neutral. Willen in on the shot, and Indian Creek's wrestler attempting a cow catcher there.
Indian Creek cuts him.
It appears Indian Creek is going for the tech fall here, as they are already up 17, and Willen is at 4. Indian Creek's wrestler gets behind for the takedown, and it is a tech fall. Indian Creek's wrestler with 20 points, Willen with 4. Now we have junior Xander Pendley wrestling the 190-pound weight class. And he gets a forfeit. Pendley used to wrestle for Edgewood and moved here last year. Max Ham wrestling the 215 weight class. Max is a freshman this year here at Owen Valley. Patriots team score now at 22, Braves at 25. Again, still a very close duel. Indian Creek's 215. Appears to be some attempting to get some slide bys maybe.
Indian Creek tried to go in for a shot.
Indian Creek's wrestler in on the shot with a takedown there. And attempting to break Max down here and get the turn. Wrestling pretty close to out of bounds. Indian Creek's wrestler circles back around inbounds. Attempting to get Max in pinning position here. And Ham is in pinning position.
Bridging up pretty well.
Indian Creek's wrestler is up 3 right now. And Max Ham is with 0.
Max Ham still using his head to bridge up.
Very good bridging by Max Ham.
Like Aaliyah said, it's very unusual for guys to bridge up that much because they're not as flexible.
It's very impressive when they can bridge very well.
That goes for time for the first period.
That is 4 near fall for Indian Creek's wrestler. Now putting Indian Creek's wrestler at 7 points and Max Ham at 0 points. Max Ham will defer choice. Indian Creek's wrestler chooses top. That's a first. You figured they would have chosen bottom here.
Now Max seems pretty well at keeping his base, So, oh, tries a stand up.
Indian Creek's wrestler chops that arm down. Looks as if Indian Creek's wrestler is attempting a wing here.
I think so. Yeah.
Can't really see. Oh. Attempting to walk that over there. And Max Ham
Seems to be
rolling
billing out.
through. Now Indian Creek's wrestler back in pinning position. Ham still attempting to bridge here. Let me tell you what, it is very hard to bridge when there is someone on top of you.
Especially with all their weight on you. It's tough.
Yes.
Indian Creek still in the pinning position. Max Ham still trying to belly out of it.
And the pin goes to the Indian Creek wrestler. Now we have Cole Ross, a freshman this year, wrestling 285 tonight. And I think we did bump around some weight classes since our varsity 285 is not here tonight. Usually Cole does wrestle the 215-pound weight class, so he will be weighing a little less than whomever he is wrestling tonight. Braves now at 31 team points. Patriots now at 22. Indian Creek's heavyweight attempting to tie up here.
Looks like Ross is trying to get a slide by. It did not get it. Cole
Ross
going
in on the shot. It appears as if Indian Creek's wrestler is holding on for dear life there. And Cole Ross with the takedown.
And just a reminder, takedowns are now 3 points this year, and last year they were 2.
Ross attempting to. And Ross is now in pinning position against Indian Creek's wrestler.
Indian Creek is trying to bridge, but
Does not seem to be working in his favor. And the pin from Cole Ross here.
up next we do have Austin Boltinghouse, a sophomore, wrestling the 106 weight class.
And correct me if I'm mistaken, but I do believe Austin Boltinghouse is on an undefeated season so far.
He is. Not lost
As a
season.
sophomore.
So going against Indian Creek, one of our biggest competitors. See how he does. I think he'll get the win.
Patriots team score now at 28. Indian Creek still at 31. Still a pretty close duel. And Austin in straight away.
For the shot.
Big lift there for Boltinghouse.
Looks like he's trying to get a cradle, I believe.
He does have an ankle bite. And
He does have a cradle.
Boltinghouse locked up a cradle there.
Indian Creek fighting to get out of it.
Boltinghouse's lock seems to be pretty tight on this cradle here. As Indian Creek's wrestler is struggling, and Boltinghouse with the pin.
Continues the undefeated.
Yes, very impressive.
Up next we have Brody Cook, I believe, wrestling 113.
A freshman this year here at Owen Valley.
With the forfeit.
I think this now puts Owen Valley in the lead for team score. Now Isaiah White wrestling 120 pounds. Isaiah is a junior this year here at Owen Valley. And it does appear that White will have a match tonight. It's hot.
I believe White also has very few losses this year. trying to set up something.
This is one of Indian Creek's better wrestlers. Pretty good stud here.
Isaiah going in for a single. Did
And
not get
Indian
it.
Creek's wrestler in with the front headlock there, and they are out of bounds.
Patriots team score is at 40. Indian Creek Braves is at 31. So we are winning by 9 points.
And I do believe that this is the last match tonight, because we did start the duel at 126 pounds and we are now on 120. And they are out of bounds again. Minute 17 left in the first period here. Score is still 0-0. Indian Creek's wrestler with the takedown.
Isaiah is still keeping a pretty strong base, it looks like.
Indian Creek's wrestler attempting to keep Wyatt flat here, and Wyatt gets an
Isaiah.
escape there. That now, yeah.
Indian Creek wrestler with 3 points in the Owen Valley. Isaiah Wyatt with 1 point. There's 40 seconds left in the first period.
Indian Creek's wrestler getting very low there on his knees. Wyatt and Indian Creek's wrestler here tying up, attempting to get some good angles.
With 15 seconds left, let's see if they got anything.
Both wrestlers very quick and like staying low. And Indian Creek's wrestler with the takedown, now putting him up 5 points. Score is now 6. Wyatt with 1.
That looked like it hurt.
A little bit. Indian Creek's wrestler taking bottom. As we have seen, that is quite the pattern with that team.
Other than that one.
Yeah. Although taking bottom can have an advantage, because then you can get in a point if you think you can't escape the person that you are wrestling. Otherwise, if the person that you are wrestling is pretty strong.
Indian Creek gets the escape, so that brings him up 1 point. Now Indian Creek wrestler has 7 points, and Isaiah Wyatt for Owen Valley has 1 point.
Both wrestlers staying very low. And Indian Creek's wrestler in with the front headlock and lets it go.
Goes in for a high crotch single, I believe that was. He's keeping his head down.
And
Keeping
cutting
very good.
Wyatt, cutting Wyatt.
Pushing him out of bounds.
And
Are almost out.
very close to being out of bounds here.
Indian Creek now is 13. Owen Valley has 3.
Both pretty aggressive wrestlers, though. Very quick and
And they know what they're doing.
yeah. It appears that Indian Creek's wrestler has a overhook here and is attempting to lock legs in the back, it looks like. But he lets that go. And
Isaiah's trying to set up a shot here.
level changing. Still tying up here. Indian Creek's wrestler still with 13 points. Wyatt with 3.
Looks like he has a front headlock. Nope.
And Indian Creek's wrestler now with 16 points. Wyatt with 3
Very,
points
very
still.
short time.
1 second left. And that will conclude the second period in Isaiah Wyatt's match. Now going into the third.
Isaiah
Wyatt,
chooses
oh,
neutral.
yep. Wyatt
Isaiah-
chooses neutral. There we go. Addie was trying to say it. And Wyatt thrown to his back there.
Looks like he gets Caution?
tech fall. Yep,
No?
tech fall.
Tech fall. Nope. I thought it was
And
caution.
Indian Creek's wrestler had 19 points, Wyatt with 3. And that will conclude the Owen Valley wrestling team's matches tonight against Indian Creek. Patriots with 40, Indian Creek with
36.
36.
So Patriots win tonight by 4 points.